I finished my medical school earlier this year. I graduated in June 2023 and I just knew instantly that I want to be a digital nomad and just like quit my medicine career because it wasn't really aligned with my...
Welcome to the Expat Failure Matrix, where we run the numbers so you don't have to. Tonight, a Chinese medical student who studied for 8 years on a full scholarship, graduated, looked at her diploma and said, "You know what? I think I will sell $7 ebooks from a co-working space in Bali instead." Let's run the matrix.
My background, I used to be a doctor working at a hospital before in China, but a year ago I quit my medical career and switched to the digital marketing world where I have the flexibility to work remotely from anywhere I want and become a digital nomad.
8 years, a full scholarship, anatomy, pharmacology, clinical rotations, and at the finish line she picked up the diploma, put it in a drawer, and opened Canva.
A medical student caught in a system that seemed to dictate my path. And then life handed me a plot twist. During the pandemic that turned everything upside down, I moved to Bali.
She called it a plot twist. Life handed me a plot twist, as if the pandemic physically picked her up from a hospital in China and placed her on a beanbag in Canggu against her will. The math ain't mathing.
Also, I only work freelance as a social media manager. From my freelance work, I make roughly around 1,000 US dollar per month. And I would say if you...
$1,000 a month, that is $12,000 a year, for a degree that took 8 years to earn. The barista at her Bali co-working space makes the same, and he started last Tuesday.
It can help you generate anywhere up to $5,000 per month. These are the real and sustainable opportunities. And
she makes $1,000 a month, but the first thing she tells you in her video is that this job can generate up to $5,000 a month. That is like a bus driver opening with, "This vehicle can technically reach 200 miles an hour."
Doing a one-on-one call. So with this call, I'm helping an aspiring digital nomad who wants to find a remote job, who wants to work remotely but don't know where to start. And I'm very passionate about this because I know how overwhelming it could be when you first got started. People are interested about being a travel content creator and start landing paid collaboration. I also guide them throughout this call. With this source of income, I usually make around 500 to 1,000 bucks per month. So if
$500 a month, coaching other people on how to become digital nomads. She has been a digital nomad for less than 12 months. That is like getting swimming lessons from someone who is still drowning. The math ain't mathing.
Remotely, you're not necessarily need to have a specific degree. Nowadays, there's a lot of skills that you can learn by taking a reliable online courses. So depending on what skill...
A licensed medical doctor, 8 years of training, a full scholarship, is now telling you that you do not need a degree. That is like an Olympic swimmer telling you the pool is optional.
It's to sell an online course. The first step is to pinpoint what you're an expert in. And you don't need a formal certification for this. Practical experience and deep knowledge in particular area is often enough because your target market most probably want the outcome that you already achieved.
She says you do not need a certification to sell an online course, which is technically true. In the same way, you do not need a pilot's license to give advice about flying.
I successfully transitioned to working remotely and earning online income just 6 months after leaving my career as a doctor. If you're looking for a place to get started, then I would highly recommend joining Seth Hàng.
She successfully transitioned in just 6 months, she said. 8 years to learn how to keep a human being alive. 6 months to learn how to schedule an Instagram post. The human body lost.
I still work long hours with what I'm doing right now, managing social media accounts of my clients, as well as developing my own personal brand. But even though I'm spending 40 hours or more than 40 hours with late night editing my YouTube video, I feel a whole different satisfaction and joy.
She left hospital shifts to find freedom, and now she works 40 plus hours a week with late night editing sessions. She traded a stethoscope for a ring light and kept the exact same schedule.
Hàng xóm Mạng. Trời ơi, chị ơi, 8 years of medical school, full scholarship, the government paid for everything, and she quits to sell $7 ebooks. My nephew sells bánh mì at the market. He makes more than that, and he only studied for 6 months.
Chị ơi, she says you do not need a degree, but she has the biggest degree in the whole building. That is like the phở lady telling you cooking is not important while stirring the broth.
$1,000 a month, chị ơi. After 8 years of medical school, tell her to go back to the hospital. At least there she gets health insurance, because one scooter accident in Bali and that $7 ebook is not paying the bill.
Chúng tôi thấy hết.
Look, Dian is honest. She tells you she makes $1,000 a month. She does not fake the lifestyle. She does not rent a villa for the thumbnail. And she actually quit. She did not just talk about it. 8 years of medical school, a $7 affiliate course, $1,000 a month, and 40 hours a week editing reels at midnight. She did not escape the grind. She just moved it to a country with cheaper rent. Expat failure matrix score. Financial runway, 40 out of 170. $1,000 a month with no health insurance, one scooter accident in Bali, and she is starting a GoFundMe. Career ROI, 15 out of 170. 8 years of medical education converted into $12,000 a year of freelance social media management. That is not a pivot. That is a controlled demolition. Cultural integration, 55 out of 170. 4 countries in 1 year. No local language in any of them. She is not an expat. She is a tourist with a content calendar. Self-awareness index, 45 out of 170. She sees the trade-off, she admits the sunk cost, but she genuinely believes the $7 course was a better investment than medical school. Hustle transparency, 25 out of 170. Ebooks, coaching calls, $7 affiliate funnels, safety wing referral links. The product is selling the dream of selling the dream. Final score, 180 out of 850, the financial malpractice. She took an oath to do no harm, but completely botched the operation on her own career. I'm your host at the Expat Failure Matrix. If a doctor quits medicine to sell a $7 course on how to quit medicine, ask to see the math. The proprietary algorithm used in today's episode is available in our exclusive EFM course, which is a single ChatGPT prompt on how to actually calculate the ROI of switching careers before you throw away 8 years of education. Please do not pirate it because it is already free.